since earlier this afternoon. And right now he is talking to us about some of the folks that he had the pleasure of speaking with us. JR, can you go ahead and tap in and let us know what you're seeing out there right now?
Because some people who only knew Jesse Jackson through television and other people who knew him on a very personal basis. One of those people is Jim Felder. We're going to hear from him coming up in just a moment. But we're going to begin with J.T. McLaughlin. He is with the Columbia Urban League. We caught up with him earlier today to get his thoughts on the Reverend Jesse Jackson.
When you think about Reverend Jackson, he said, we all are somebody, in essence. And we grew up in a climate where, you had white fountains, you have colored fountains, and so the environment will make one feel that you're nobody. And so when he inspired people, it took them to another level of self-actualization. People believe they could do something. And then sometimes they say, well, I don't have the resources that other people have. And he said, keep hope alive, faith. So he really started that movement, particularly with young people, and galvanized them. And we thank God for the role he played in bringing a new army of young people. And we got to, in this day and time, we got to go back and do what he did. We need to bring young people to the camp, because we're in some very difficult times. Some of the similar times that he was in back in the 60s with some of the things that are going on in the federal government. And so we cannot be silent. We must know that we walk by faith, not by sight. We also must realize that God is on the side of those who are doing what's right.
That's J.T. McLaughlin, president of Columbia Urban League, and his thoughts earlier today on the Reverend Jesse Jackson. Now, there was a big program inside the State House this morning before the doors opened to the public to pay their final respects. And one of the speakers there today was Jim Felder. Many of our viewers know Jim. He's the Sumter native, a local civil rights leader, and a longtime friend of Jesse Jackson's. They go back to their boyhoods together. Following that ceremony, Jim came outside and he caught up with myself along with Whitney Sullivan, and we had a conversation about his friendship with the Reverend Jesse Jackson. Take a listen. Okay, I understand we're going to be doing that later in the broadcast, so stay tuned for that. I want to show you something, though, if you can, zoom in here, because the flags were flying at half staff throughout the day, but the sun has now set, so the flags are now flying full here above the State House as a big day here in Columbia begins to wind down as South Carolina says goodbye to their native son. Erica, we're going to send things back to you inside the studio.